Hi Mary, your maize looks beautiful. How long ago did you plant it?
I planted it 4 weeks ago. The plants will flower in about another 4 weeks and then the cobs will develop.
But why do you look so worried?
When I was here 4 days ago, the plants looked healthy. But if you look closely now, you can see holes in the leaves.
Why do you think it is?
I don't know, but I've recently heard other farmers talk about fall armyworm pests of maize. Maybe it's fall armyworm?
Let's ask Joe. He's an extension worker and he may know what this is. Hello Joe, do you know what caused these holes in the leaves of this maize plant?
Let me have a look. Oh, this is a larva of the fall armyworm and it is eating holes into the maize leaves.
How do you know it's fall armyworm and not some other pest?
If you look carefully, you can see an upside down Y on the head of the larva. There are also 4 very dark spots arranged in a square pattern on the last segment of the larva, which is typical of the fall armyworm.
Some of these larvae are small and I can't see those things clearly.
You are right. They are difficult to see. That's why it's important to look at the type of damage it makes to the leaves.
You're so clever. What do you mean?
Because the small worms eat deep inside the whorl of the plant and you can't see them. But as the plant grows and the leaves come out, you can see small round holes and round lesions where the small larvae only scrape the leaf surface. Because the larva gets bigger and stronger as time passes, the holes they eat into the leaves also get bigger. Another sign that it's a fall armyworm larva that's present in the plant whorl is the presence of frass in the whorl or surrounding area. Other pests of maize don't produce so much frass.
But where do these holes in the leaves come from? They weren't here a few days ago.
The moths of fall armyworm fly around at night and after mating they lay their eggs on maize plants. Small larvae come out of these eggs and they walk into the whorl of the maize plant. These small larvae feed deep inside the whorl of the plant for about 7 days and then they start to grow very quickly into large larvae that eats these big holes into the leaves. That's when you see them very easily. Small larvae eat small holes into the leaves and big larvae eat big holes into the leaves.
Eish, so how long does a larva live and feed on the maize plant?
If the weather is warm, a larva will feed for about 14 days and then it climbs off the plant and goes into the soil. There it changes into pupa and after about 10 days a moth comes out of the pupa it makes and lays eggs on other maize plants.
Will I harvest any cobs from the plants if they have leaf damage?
Yes, you will. Not all the plants in the field are damaged and most of the plants are healthy and strong enough to tolerate leaf damage. If only a few plants are damaged, you still have a harvest of a lot of maize. But if many plants are damaged and their leaves show a lot of big holes, the harvest may be low. If the plants are younger than 3 weeks old, they can be totally destroyed if the moths lay eggs on many of the plants in the field. If the eggs are laid on plants just when they flower, the worms will climb onto the cobs and may cause damage to the cobs. If many plants show damage, using an insecticide may be a way to protect the plants against further damage.
How did this pest get into my field?
The fall armyworm is a pest that can migrate very far. The moths fly to your farming region from other regions where the conditions for their survival are very good, where the temperatures are always high and there are always food plants available during the year.
Will it infest my maize fields again next year?
We don't know. It's difficult to predict. There are some parts of the country where the pest has established permanently. In these areas, the climate is warm and there are always maize and other host plants available for the pest larvae to feed on. In those areas, farmers suffer a lot because the pest is always present in the field. And during the warm and rainy season, moths fly from these regions where they can survive during the winter to areas far away, and that's how they came to your maize fields. The pest does not like cold climates and can't survive in regions where it becomes cold at night.
Will this pest also infest the other crops? The pumpkins, tomatoes and beans are growing very well this season.
No, it will not attack those crops. It is very rare that other crops are infested. In Africa, this pest infests nearly only maize and grain sorghum.
Thank you, Joe. Now we know more about fall armyworm. And we also do not have to be scared that it'll also attack other crops than maize.
Thank you, Joe. I'll now walk through my fields to see how many plants have been damaged by fall armyworm before I decide what to do.
Great. I will come back tomorrow and show you how to scout your fields for fall armyworm damage.